Greyhound bus. It was.
Oh, I can't think of anything worse than a Greyhound bus.
This whole
Because if you're not
story.
traveling like a dog, why the hell is there one painted on the side of the bus?
Oh.
That's
And
Greyhound
so we're
for you.
going down the fucking highway, and then all of a sudden, everything stops in traffic, and there's a massive fire coming over the hill.
Ooh, gross.
And we're all in single lane traffic. It's awesome. Then we go, and there's this bus just creepily over on the side of the road. And so we have to pull over, and our driver gets out and goes and talks to the other driver. There is a disturbed passenger on his bus.
Oh my.
And so he needs our bus to follow his bus to the nearest rest stop.
Right.
In order to wait for the sheriff's department to remove the disturbed passenger. So this takes another hour and a half of my time. At this point, I'm all, I don't understand what's happening.
I do. You're on a Greyhound bus.
I'm like, this isn't good. But at this point, we're also like, I'm in it. You know, it's not like I can go back. It's only going to get worse, but let's do it. So then we get over there, and then just constant problems all the way down. The sunset was beautiful, though, because everything was on fucking fire.
Fresno on fire. I was on a Greyhound bus. Yeah, I was on a Greyhound bus.
Doesn't it?
It sounds like a Grateful Dead album. Yeah. I was on a Greyhound.
Fresno on fire.
That's like.
Oh, and
before
we
Dylan,
get there,
yeah.
and then, like, there's nothing but technical difficulties, and I'm just laughing. And, like...
Was this like a Comic-Con? Or what was it?
It was a concert. And so... Like, one of my favorite bands is playing. It's a long story.
Oh, okay.
But then, like, someone in the audience, I'll never forget this, was like, Frez, yes!
Oh.
You were cursed.
Nothing wrong with Fresno.
How
It was
clever.
just, again, when we're talking about Greeley, that was my thought when I've been there. I'm like, I've been to this town. Not here, but I've been to this town.
Yeah, there's just certain things, but the smell, Greeley's got its own effluvia.
Oh, yeah. It really actually smells like house.
But you've
That's not an
never been to
exaggeration.
Fresno.
The moment you get there. But Fresno, it really did remind me, like, okay, so a bunch of people came. This band's very popular. They came from Bakersfield. They came from all around. This was the most exciting fucking thing happening, right? And so, yeah, it was like being back in farm town. And then on the way home, like, we hit an owl.
Well, I don't feel too sorry for that owl. I mean,
It was,
it's a bad owl. You can,
then, like,
your head turns all the way around. You didn't see a bus?
No, it wasn't a bus. I wasn't doing that again. I rode home with some friends. I was not doing that again.
Well.
I was on an 8-hour bus ride from hell.
So should be able to see a car.
Yeah.
That poor owl. And then, like,
an owl was
I'm just picturing an owl taking his head around just like the
and then,
go
like,
wide.
we're all, like, smoking weed and just driving down the highway. And then, like, we're hungry, and we go to 3 different
You
towns.
could have eat the owl, you know? It's like a...
We couldn't eat the owl. There was...
It's a night chicken. You could have ate the night chicken.
There's
God's
the
throwing
pizza.
protein at you.
Well, and, like, we go to 3 different towns, and, the second town, there was this creepy thing happening. Like, clearly the people here were waiting for, like, some form of drop-off in the middle of nowhere. We, like, get the fuck out of there, because you don't...
Do you have an owl? We sent the owl ahead.
They ran over the owl.
This will not go good for you. You do not run over Sandy's owl.
Boots.
I mean, it was like we had. Also, like, my friends have a nice car, and so, like, we got the fuck out of there. And then, so the third town, it was open. We found a McDonald's, and that was good.
Oh, good.
I was very hungry by this point.
Would you like our McOwl?
We have a surplus of owls in this Transylvania, California region.
We can supersize it.
And so I get home, I go to bed, I wake up, and Brittany couldn't come with me on the trip because she's like, my arm hurts. And she's like, I have an infection, my arm hurts. And I was just like, I didn't know what that meant, but, like,
I don't
okay.
know why. So she got an infection in her arm.
And so I go and I'm
hurt.
like, well, show it to me.
Oh.
It was like a golf ball.
Oh.
Like, we're talking real horror show. She's like, I was worried spiders were going to come out of it. And I get that. Like, I mean, she was joking, but, like... And so then, like, we go in to the hospital, and they wear goggles when they cut it open. And they go, these things gush. This is all real. This is really...
That sounds like something
like goggles.
That's like something a mook would say out of like them. These things gush.
No,
He's
like,
got to have the eyes protection.
They do, and, like, they're like, you want to stand back, and I'm like, okay. Am I out of range?
Did they give you goggles? Or
No, I just sort of, like, got out of range, and then, like, she's
Did it
fucking
gush?
amazing.
You know what would have been fucked up? If an owl flew out of there?
Well, that's kind of what's gonna happen in my story, but I you're
And Night
out.
Shyamalan twist.
We're placing out with a raven, so you're on the same page. I was like, what if this was a curse?
I didn't mean to spoil the ending.
No. Trust me, you can't spoil it. I mean, you know, the people who were on the journey with me know what happened, except we're just like a little bit more monstery.
It's a great story.
It's like without that, it's a great story.
So how'd she get infected?
We still don't know.
And then they just popped it and she was good.
Oh, they put you on antibiotics because we still don't know.
Wow.
I'm suspecting there's a crazy passenger on the Greyhound bus and something to do with it.
In the story they do. Later I found out
you made it very
somebody who practices magic. Or very amateurly from what I could tell.
With a CK?
Huh?
With a CK?
With a CK. Very amateurly from what I could tell. Did attempt to actually curse me though.
But he missed and he got your friend.
No.
So that's why the owl flew at you. He's like, night chicken, go! So, gothic turkey for you.
Yeah, I was on a Greyhound bus from Las Vegas to San Diego with a disturbed person. And we were at the...
I don't know what it meant. What does it mean? It could mean anything.
I'm going to tell you what it meant this time. So this woman just kept like, she was just drinking like you guys are. And, but I mean, you guys are in a public, you know, they're on the bus. She had like a little thing, you know, a little bottle, and she's like doing
a little bottle.
She's like, she kept swagging.
A Nicole Sixx.
And you're not supposed to, and please help yourself. So they, but you're not supposed to, and so we're at a rest stop, and I guess it's like a 20-minute layover, and she's like, I'm gonna drive the bus now.
Yes,
and,
that's a great idea.
People,
why haven't we tried this? Look, they're so much faster. Skip everyone stops.
Yeah, so literally people had to physically restrain her from sitting in the seats.
Wow, that's funny.
And then the bus driver had to call police, and so.
Yeah, the sheriffs came out, and like we sat at the rest stop.
Did you guys have this experience too when you're on the Greyhound? There's a bunch of kids on there, and whenever you stop, they get out and smoke.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
While they
How
were
young are you
escorting
saying?
the
Like 12
unruly
years old.
passenger off, the bus
Yeah.
driver's like, stay on the bus. The smoker's like, oh no, we got to go smoke and watch.
Yeah, I got stuck on a Greyhound from Arkansas to Wyoming in 2012.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a 25 or 26-hour drive. It was intense.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and every time, we'd stop every 4 or 5 hours or whatever, and these kids would smoke like chimneys. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was like they got handed a pack by the bus driver. Don't forget your smokes, Jimmy.
What else?
You're gonna die before you're 30. You ride the Greyhound so much, you might as well enjoy it
Now,
or
to be
something.
fair, I
What
like
else
the
is there to do,
Greyhound
though?
because it's
Right?
only like $20.
It is pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But I definitely regretted taking it that day.
Yeah, I've only taken the one, and it was very. I won't ever forget it, but it was not very fun.
I have taken one
No.
from Colorado to here actually, and I got fucking stuck in Vail. I know, like, cause
Well,
like the bus broke down.
If
and
you're
I
gonna
was
get stuck,
Ooh.
that's not bad.
No, like I was stuck at a Greyhound bus stop in Vail, not
Yeah.
like Vail,
Yeah.
Vail. And so you're up there and you're fucking freezing and you're just waiting. And that was another example.
Because Greyhound bus stops are notoriously shitty.
Yeah, they are.
Was Vail a shitty Greyhound
Oh,
stop?
of course, and it's on top of a fucking mountain. It was so cold.
So it's like the only shitty part of Vail is the Greyhound bus
Probably.
stop.
I mean, I'm sure there might be something else, but it definitely wasn't a nice bus stop.
Mm.
And then like I got here so late, I missed what I was supposed to be coming out here for, but it was still a good adventure. And then I learned a lot from like because it goes through it was a road trip, learning things from bizarre people sitting next to me. I always have an interesting story on the Greyhound.
Yeah, well, you do. Yeah, you see stuff. There's no way around it. I mean.
But when I like take it to San Diego, it's no problem.
Well, I mean that's just 2 hours. It's not big. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a little hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
So I hate to hop off the Greyhound tales, but now
Some fucked up shit
Greyhound.
Greyhound.
Now you're from Wyoming originally.
Yes, I'm originally from
Where
Wyoming.
in Wyoming?
That's where we get our
Gillette.
fireworks.
Yes,
okay.
yeah,
I've been there.
north, yeah, it's the best a man can get. Nah, it's not the
Yeah.
best. Well, it's, you know what, Wyoming and Colorado in the country are actually two very excellent places to live. And Gillette is a bit of an oasis in this respect. I didn't see anybody ever begging for money there, like in a homeless capacity, until last year.
Oh, that's impressive.
And it was one person at a Walmart. And that's the thing. And Gillette's about 35,000 people. It's not big.
Right.
But everybody's, even the people who don't work, they're not homeless. They got a place to be. People take care of one another. And generally, Gillette actually has a pretty high standard of living with a low level of education because it's a blue-collar industrial type place. And so there's a lot of good stuff about it. But, out there, the only music anybody listens to is like sort of thrash metal sort of things. It's hard, classic rock thrash. They don't really listen to country. There's some ranchers. It's a different place. It's a different country. It really is.
Okay.
A lot of drinking because everybody makes money out there, and they're in the middle of nowhere, and so they just buy 4-wheelers and drink a lot. That's